Hail, comrades! Hello, friends, supporters, subscribers, fans. I don't think I have any fans. Um, I'm just going to do a quick special episode on my phone here, using its crystal clarity in image and sound to advertise that I'm having a blowout eBay sale once again. I'm preparing to add. It'll take me a while, but I'm preparing to add 400 new items to my store. Right now I have 300, so I need to make room in the part of my house that is designated as my store, and I'm kind of going through the process in one room of assessing and getting them all together, and then the other room, once they're assessed and I've priced them and everything, then I can list them and stack them out here. A few months I'm going to change my process and do it all in one room upstairs. So this is my downstairs. This is what I look at when I am on my computer, when I'm often doing these videos on my laptop. I'm going to try to leave out as much of my extremely messy house as possible. But I just want to give you a very, very, very quick glimpse into some of what I'm selling. So I've got some stacks of DVDs here. This Dust Devil here. I can't do it that way. This Dust Devil here is the extremely limited edition. It came out with the 2 or 3 cuts, including Richard Stanley's final cut. Richard is a friend of mine. I like hyping him. I do need to sell this because I need money. So I'm hoping he'll get a Blu-ray edition out in the near future. Then I have some other titles here. Obviously, The Doors, Oliver Stone. Chungking Express is kind of rare on DVD. Wong's My Blueberry Nights is not. Cronenberg's Eastern Promise. Hokkaido has come out on Blu-ray, but this is out of print media blasters. David Lynch's Empire, Inland Empire, has been unavailable. Is coming out on Criterion this year. Golden Swallow, a sequel to Come Drink With Me, still not on Blu-ray. I've got the Return to the 36th Chamber, which was in the incredible second Shawscope box set. Mine is in like new condition with the slipcase. King Boxer also has been upgraded. Violent City has recently been upgraded, but this is the out-of-print rare Anchor Bay edition. Breaking Glass, I believe, is out there on blue. So a lot of these are blue upgrades, but I'm trying to, if they're very common, these DVDs, I'm going to try to price them as low as possible. Some of them are collectible, though, due to extras they have on them or scarcity, etc. So I'm going to price accordingly. The Housekeeper, not on Blu-ray. Dragon Inn, that's the remake, not on Blu-ray. Werewolf Shadow, to my knowledge, not on Blu-ray, unless it's part of one of the Naschy. Oh, actually, I think it is one of the Naschy, Paul Naschy Blu-ray packs, as is Vengeance of the Zombies. If you have not seen either of these movies, you haven't really lived. Vengeance of the Zombies is the most insane thing that Mr. Jacinto Molina, a.k.a. Paul Naschy, ever unleashed on the world. Here's some minor favorites you can kind of read for yourself. Some superheroes. These are kind of the dregs. Nobody wants to buy them because the market was flooded with thousands and billions of copies. I'm selling them about $3 each, plus postage. I've had to increase my postage costs. I was shipping at $3 medium mail and $5 first class. Which is mainly for collectible comic books and toys. Most DVDs and more recent comics and books, I was doing media mail. I had to raise to $3.50, $3.25 first, then I just went to $3.50, and as well, the first class rate went from $5 to $5.25, and now they're charging me $5.60. So I've been changing some of the $5.25s to either $5.55 or $5.60, just out of sheer necessity. So here's Revolver. Another one I think is coming out soon. Another really classic Blue Underground DVD. Here is Out of the Blue. Of course, this one has a very mild amount of liquid damage. So I'm pricing accordingly. It was extremely rare and valuable. I had it for $80 at one time. The Blu-ray edition did come out. I've covered the unboxing of that on this channel. So I'm dropping the out of the blue price quite a bit. Peeping Tom, Criterion still has not engineered a Blu-ray release, nor is Kino Lorber or any of the usual suspects. And this is a rare previewed rental copy. However, so I have it in very good plus condition. It is in great condition. I think I'm selling it now for $60. Any of my stuff, though, make me an offer. There are some low thresholds that I won't go to, but you never know. I'm willing to haggle. Return of the One-Armed Swordsman with slipcase. That one is not on Blu-ray yet. Fritz the Cat is on a cheap Blu-ray. The Butterfly Ball is exceedingly rare. Musical extravaganza put together by Roger Glover of Deep Purple and Rainbow. It has to be seen to be believed. It's incredible. It's one I will probably cover on the Extreme Forgotten series if it's not announced for Blu-ray in the near future. Thriller I've upgraded. Now here's some more common titles. This Dracula Legacy Collection is pretty nice. Contraband by Fulci just came out on Blu-ray. I'm going to pick this one up here, if I can, without causing too much chaos. This Sex and Fury. This is rare, and it's like the transparent cover. It's very good plus to almost like new. The cover has had a little bit of wear in the corners, and I'm still selling it for I think $75 or $80. Make me an offer. This is part 2 of the Ocho Inoshka films, which starred Reiko Iki as kind of a takeoff on a Lady Snowblood kind of character, except with way more sex and exploitation. These are personal favorites of mine. They were done by Panic House, which is a label that is no longer with us. This film also has Christina Lindbergh, who starred in Thriller. Good stuff. I've got a whole mess of Masamura down here. So, Black Test Car, I'm selling very cheap. Giants and Toys, I'm selling very cheap. These are ones that are on Blu-ray. And recently, Arrow has been slowly putting out the Masamura collection. These were originally done by Fantoma, and they were incredible. They put out 6 titles. A lot of people, including myself, had never heard of Masamura at the time. This is the early 2000s. I knew about Moju, aka Blind Beast, and I've already sold Blind Beast and have upgraded to and reviewed on this channel the Blu-ray Blind Beast by Arrow. But Red Angel recently came out on Blu-ray, so I'm dropping my price on that. It was very rare. So get it while you can. 28 Days Later, Incredible Shrinking Man, Hamburger Hill, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But Blackmail Is My Life is an incredible Kenji Fukasaku film that I'm pretty sure is not on Blu-ray yet. This was a home vision release before they went all in with Criterion, and Home Vision Video had its own kind of imprint, and some of their things would be Home Vision and some would be Criterion. Enough geeky video label talk. This is Star Sapphire. I have not listed her yet, but I have photographed her. This is a mint condition model / action figure. Incredible character, arch nemesis of Green Lantern in DC Comics, and was a core member. The second iteration of this character, which is why I bought this, was Camille, who was one of the leaders of the Secret Society of Supervillains, one of my favorite childhood DC Comics, and still a cult favorite. I bought the trade collection, and I'm like, I gotta get a Star Sapphire, but I also need money. So I got some great paperbacks here. Other than the Walter Mosley, which is very common and inexpensive, I think I have it down to $3. These others are rather out of print and or sought after genre titles. Bentley Little, James Herbert. These Hot Blood collections are out of print, and they are commanding usually around $25. I'm gradually lowering them to around $20. They are horror erotica. I've got especially this Hot Blood X. It is so hot that I can't even touch it. Tim Lebon, his stuff is pretty popular with a lot of horror aficionados. And this also is kind of unusual. It came from the Drive-In anthology title. Way down here, I've got the Kimba box set. This Kimba is not on Blu-ray. And I have one Kimba box set that is the entire series, which on DVD. I'm not planning on selling it until it's upgraded. This Kimba, it has a little bit of wear here. I could probably stand to clean the spine a little more. It's a plastic slipcase, transparent. But I would say it's very good plus condition. The discs, like new. And it essentially is season 1. So, but that series never was completed by the people who made it, which I believe was Rhinomation, yeah. It's a Masters of the Universe complete box set. Here's some cool ones, some really cool ones. John Mafanaka's Penitentiary, Deadly Sweet by Tinto Brass, also not on Blu-ray yet. Cult Epics, this is a rarity. This was an early Giallo, psychedelic. And, you see some other stuff. Good Times. Back to this guy. So I also have some other sci-fi stuff and genre titles. Some Nathaniel Hawthorne and Mike Resnick, the late great Mike Resnick. This Jack Faust, which apparently is a rare hardcover sci-fi title from the last X amount of years. I have Rocky Squirrel. He's still at $35, as is his buddy, My Neighbor Totoro, who's missing his little purse. That is noted in my description. A hodgepodge of books. A couple of books that I don't need the copies of anymore. Ravenwood by my friend Micah S. Harris. John Allen Small's Days Gone By. These are going to be very inexpensive. An early Bone collection. Queen and Country. Why the Last Man. Tomb of Dracula. Day of Blood, Night of Redemption. Taboo 3, I'm selling this around $55. This is, well, of course, a long out of print compendium of Stephen Bissett's that he was doing in a series, and they were all kind of like this, done in this square format, or what DC briefly called the Prestige format in the late 80s, except a little thicker. This one contains a lot of great talent, Bissett, Tottleman, and it contains an original episode of the serialized From Hell by Alan Moore and Eddie Campbell. So that kind of alone raises the value quite a good bit. This on top is one of my favorite mangas, Battle Angel Alita, which is, the film. Okay, so anyway, Taming the Beast, yet another Charles Manson tome, Taps and Size, an anthology signed by 40 major, signed and numbered, and signed by 40 major science fiction and horror genre people. Very rare. Consumed by David Cronenberg. And then here's the comics, of course. Well, let's look at Frankenstein. He's been co-hosting some of the shows lately. I'm about to list him. He's kind of classing up the place here. I have a blaxploitation calendar. Obviously, it's out of date, but it is in great condition, and I think it's kind of collectible. And these are basically my stacks and stacks and stacks of comics that I have out. This is most of the ones that I have for sale right now. Now, I have many, many more stacks, much higher than this, upstairs that I'm gradually rating, assessing, backing, and trying to get around to listing. Remember when Thanos had his final battle with the Avengers, and he quote unquote died, he turned to stone, and Adam Warlock died. I mean, he really died, and so did Gamora and Pip the Troll. Well, they came back. But yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of old Avengers. I've been selling those. I've had this particular issue since I was around 12 years old, and it's maintained pretty nice condition. Beautiful art. Of course, it has the now film superstar character M'Baku, though he is no longer the Man-Ape, and the TV star, the Swordsman, though he was altered quite a bit. But yeah, Brother Voodoo's first appearance, I believe that I have that for $300. I have some more recent items. See all kinds of 70s titles. So Doctor Strange's signed by Roy Thomas. In this stacks, I have most of a complete run of Eternals, which has not been a popular seller with me. Unfortunately, I have issue number 1. Ditto Howard the Duck. I've only sold 1 issue of that. I have most of the run, including the first issue. I have the first appearance of Killmonger in Black Panther Jungle Action, signed by the late Rich Buckler, who co-created Eric Killmonger and who was a friend of mine. He's deceased now. And of course, written by Don McGregor, who also is a friend of mine. And I'm just telling the truth. I'm not bragging. I mean, I'm not hanging out with these people every day, but Rich Buckler and I were going to do some comics together, and that just didn't work out. So it's all good in the hood. So that's a little glimpse of my eBay. Sorry for my extremely poor Verite camera work, but I just wanted to kind of give you kind of a slight taste. I've sold according to eBay, I've sold in my 3 years with the store, I've sold 1,500 items. So this here is 300. So I have many, many, many more to list. I'd say I have a good 2,000 to 3,000 more items to list. So I have not listed a lot lately. eBay, now that the COVID emergency is over, has gone back to its old horrible ways of charging you after a very small threshold of free listings, 35 cents per listing. Like you get a certain amount of free ones early in the month, and then toward the end of the month they begin charging you 35 cents. So that has kind of put a damper on some of my listings. Also, they have altered their payment schedule as to when you actually get the money. So you may mail out your stuff before you ever get the money that the customer has already paid, which is not the customer's fault. But enough of the complaints. It is what it is. I think some of these developments have discouraged me from having the drive and energy and discipline to list more of these many items I have. Also, the economy has really wrecked the store. But lately, sales are picking up a bit. So I just wanted to catch you guys up on this. All of this stuff is for sale. Make me an offer. Love you guys. And that's the end of this visit to a little corner of Henry Covert's eBay store. Rock on.